Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Jimmy Garoppolo and the New York Giants taking on Drew Lock and the San Francisco 49ers.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that?
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Now returning it, Antonio Callaway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led out by their quarterback in his 7th season now from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Rookie Jalen Reagor, the intended target that time. But it's going to be second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
Second and 10.
To throw once more on second and 10. Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 2nd season out of Missouri, Drew Lock.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have it at the end. He's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Second and 2.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 23 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now to the air, Locke. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Thomas.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 45-yard line.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 8. A big play there from McCaffrey. 47 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from Pater.
Derwin James on the coverage.
On the ground, McCaffrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
How about that stand defensively? The sticks were moving against them. First down after first down was being piled up. They had driven all the way down the field, and then they ran into a wall on 3rd and goal. Nice job regrouping. Very impressive.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Here we go. Like 20!
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
32-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff for Drake. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, it's Drake.
38.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
New York
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Garoppolo. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And last time, they had it fourth and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock will find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete.
Launch pass. Complete to Harrison Bryant. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third.
Throwing his Lock on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And you want to talk about active hands. These guys, these defensive backs, these linebackers, they've had active hands.
Almost reminds you of those great basketball teams, the ones that really defend, and we talk about the length that they have and able to get their hands on balls and have deflections and knock them away. That's what we're seeing here. Very difficult to get a pass into a receiver because there's always someone in the lanes. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he goes down. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. On the give, this is Drake. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped at his tracks at about the 3. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Down and 12.
On 3rd down, Drake. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for New York. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense at 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Locke working out of the gun. He's going to look deep for Edelman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd
on the toss. Drake going left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 78 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Jerome Baker, the Dolphins' leading tackler a season ago, tallies another one.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case,
There wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
From the 27, Locke, and he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Gain on the play. And it's third down.
Locke to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He hasn't had his best day. They have been good running the football, and they have the lead, though, so maybe he just personally wants to improve his play.
And that's without a doubt, because at the end of the game, he wants to feel like he had a really good hand in his team winning, if in fact they do go on and get that done. But the bottom line is finding a way to win the game. So if you're not playing that well, but somebody else is on the team, keep going to that hot hand.
Yeah, not over yet, but looking good here in the second quarter. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. The Giants on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
Found his target. It's Anderson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
1st and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 more there and another 1st down. A man coming off back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons. Here's Jonathan Taylor with it. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down. And
throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. This ball complete to Rager. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Julian Edelman gets ready to take the field again here on offense. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweep.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what your hope is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
12-yard gain on the play.
From the gun, it's Locke. He finds Roberts, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Roberts.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
49er first down.
They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. McCaffrey. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. To throw on 3rd down, Locke. Past the 20, and he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. That's a jet sweep into the hands of Edelman. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7. Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke.
Yards to go.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
49ers 3.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to the Bears, but they lead things here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Drake. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard.
They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Garoppolo looks to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Kyler Fackrell gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Drake. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
He's across midfield.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a 1st down throw that's complete and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
The 23-yard line.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. This will be caught inside the 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, it's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
At their own
Julian Edelman and the rest of the offense back onto the field now. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on it. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Block off a play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
at their own
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half.
2nd and 6. At the 24.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A gain of 6 there on first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's the rookie from Florida State. It's Cam Akers. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Roberts with it over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Open man is Samuel, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
At the Giants.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
McCaffrey, the ball.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I have to think that the wheels are really spinning in their play caller's mind now. That little setback there on 1st down. They'll have 3 more shots if that's what it takes, because they've got to take field goals out of their thought process. They need a touchdown and a conversion to tie this game. What play calls does he have on that sheet?
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
About a half-yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Akers. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Cam Akers with his first career NFL touchdown. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. Callaway, the return man. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Callaway on the return. The Giants take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the 2nd half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
A gain of only
one hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And that will come the offense as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Hardy Nickerson there to make the tackle. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he'll have his man, that's Edelman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Edelman's first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. For a former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 39, Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
On the give, this is Drake. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Garoppolo.
The 24-yard line.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Giants.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
The 34-yard line.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
The 39-yard line.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a handoff for Drake. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Back to work on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Garoppolo on 1st down. He's going to find Gallup here complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 49ers' 18-yard line.
not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Check.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. And this is Ertz with it, right side.
Good for a Giant.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
First and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Intended for
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
there defensively.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Garoppolo again. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
A 33-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
Giants 13, 49ers 10.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 20.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a pass here caught by Edelman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And the 49er first down.
Locke working out of the gun. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at third down here.
Third down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. First and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's Locke. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Complete.
First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
First down, 49ers.
Locke now on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Sione Takitaki coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now the pass brought in by Roberts. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
A gain of 10 yards, and it's third.
Throwing his Locke on third down. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and a couple. Lock throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They look to throw. It's Lock. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. Let's see if he can do it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And the 49ers.
Shotgun snap to Locke. His throw incomplete.
Intended for Kyle.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Derwin James on the coverage.
To throw again. Locke. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
All right, partner, count with me. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Look, he had all day to throw the football and never got rid of it and allowed for the sack. That's not on the offensive line.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Locke to throw. Now they set up the screen for Clement. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he couldn't get it to check into the end zone for a touchback. So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down 17-13, a minute 53 remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
7.
He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Prater on to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So now all eyes shift to the Giants. Trailing in this one now. A little over 80 ticks to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. On first down, Garoppolo. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
No gain on the play. It's now third down.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. One final try now for Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Niners, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.